Okay, here we are again. I'm mounting the cowls onto the Starship nacelles. This is my left nacelle. I already have it mounted. What I wanted to do was just do a little video here and show you how I get these cowls mounted. On the Starship, it's a flush mounted cowl, and the cowls on the full scale are held on with the cowl panels are held on with flathead screws, as I've been using throughout. So we'll do the same thing with the cowl, but that means you've got to add mounting blocks and have them set at the right height. So as you can see, this cowl is mounted very tight, very flush. There's no play in here because all the blocks have been conformed with filler to the exact profile of the cowl, so it makes it very nice to put on and take off and get good panel lines out of it. So what I'm going to do is go over on the right side, and we'll show you how we go about installing one of these cowl blocks. Okay, we're over here on the right side. I've got a couple of cowl blocks already installed. Actually, I videoed both of these, and I tried to do it with a higher resolution, and the computer crashed both times. So we're back to a lower resolution. So let's do this lower block. First thing we do is just find out where we want to put it here, and make a mark to locate it, and then we'll draw the shape of the nacelle on here. Then I will take this over to the belt sander and sand that off, and then sand an angle also on it so that we get the cowl taper in there. Okay, we've got our block sanded down. That's that contour. Yeah, it makes it real good. Now what I'm going to do is drill out clearance holes for some sheet metal, or for some drywall screws, and countersink those, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got clearance holes for these drywall screws, and they're countersunk. So what we're going to do is line this up where we want it to be, and then I'm going to offset it a little more than the thickness of the cowl. So I got space to fill in. Okay. Then what we'll do, whoops, get that there. Is mark this top one like so, and then set it. Okay, dropping stuff all over the place here. Okay, now we've got that set. We've got a distance here that's greater than the thickness of the cowl. Now what I'm going to do is rotate this out past, or just flush with the bottom of the nacelle. Take our cowl, and get it back in place here. The screws that we've already got. Okay, now, see, this is out too far. So we're going to take our hammer, just lightly tap this, rotating that block in there until we've got a nice flush fit on the bottom. There we go. Okay. Once we've got that, pull this off. Now that establishes a hard point that gives me the exact height that I need. Then we'll screw this bottom one in. There we go. Okay. So now we've got the one hard point there in the bottom, and we've got a gap everywhere else. So we want to fill that in. First, we want to take this block off and apply high sol to it, because you can't rely on just these screws holding it on. Let me mix up some 9462 high sol. Okay, we've got our high sol applied on here now, and push these screws through. Set them into the, well, first you gotta take the high point of that wood off. Set these in. Squeeze that stuff out of there good. Trim off the excess there. Okay, now we'll check that fit one more time. Right, those holes. Yeah, nice and flush. Okay, so now we got to fill in the gap in here. So to do that, I'm going to mark the ends of the block on the cowl. And we'll take regular old magic Scotch tape. We'll lay that on their cowl. Make sure we've got an overlap to the end of the block, and that you've got plenty of tape on the underside. Okay, once we got that on there nice and snug, then we will take our X-Acto blade. Oh wait, we didn't do that part yet. All right, I forgot a step here. No big deal. Let's put the cowl back on. Sometimes when I'm talking and doing this stuff, at the same time I kind of forget where I am. Okay, what we want to do now is drill the hole. Should be right there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we want to take a number, since we're using 440, we'll take a 440 bit. Set that where we want it. Hope you can see that. Then, slow this down. We'll take a 440 tap. tap that out. Okay, next, I just use Dremel tools, Dremel bits for the real pointed one that starts the, and this is a flatter one, gives me the angle I want for these. That looks about right. Check that fit. Okay, right on the money. Now what we'll do is mix up some Evercoat filler and smear that in there. And fill up the hole. Okay, got our filler all mixed up here. We'll just apply a liberal coat of that. Try to keep it off of everything else. Okay, there's a spot missing up here from previously. I want to fill in. Okay. Now we got that on there. Now we don't want to just slide this on and push this off, so we want to make sure we pull out on this cowl. Get the holes lined up here on top, and then let it snap back in place. Put our screws back in. Okay, just snug that up a little bit. Clean up the excess here. Okay, now I'm going to let this sit. I started my timer when I started mixing on the filler. This Evercoat filler sets up in somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes to where it's not fully cured, but it's hard enough you can carve on. So we're going to give that about 6 minutes here, 4 minutes, whatever it takes, and then we'll pull the cowl off and trim off the excess. But that'll give us a nice fit for the cowl block. That's how all the rest of them have been done, and how the remaining 2 over here will be done, or 1 more here too. So I'll come back as soon as I'm ready to cut that. Okay, it's been about 8 minutes, and you can see this residue is nice and firmed up, easy to cut. So we'll take this and pull it off. Go. Now we'll take our X-Acto and trim this block down. Get rid of any excess we've got here. Okay. We're all set. get my big head in there so you can see. So that's how we do this, and get these all snugged up so that they're nice, and you got a nice tight fit for your cowl. And of course, if you've got any little gaps and stuff, you can see I had some up here. I've put filler in there at the same time with the Scotch tape, so that feels the gap and gives me a nice tight fit. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.